Welcome back to the E-Writers License Performing Arts Center here at RHS High School. Oops, I sped up audio instead of video. Hang on, I'll fix that just a second. Okay, here we go. Let's try this.
If you missed any of the previous act,
Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this. Okay, now that's just ridiculous. Okay, look, let's just skip ahead. There's me because an adult has to appear in the video. If you missed any of the previous acts, they are linked in the description below. There's the curtain signaling the start of Act 4 of Romeo and Juliet. Wait, I mean the Comedy of Errors. Enjoy the show.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor now I had not, but that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage, therefore make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus, and in the instant that I met with you, they had the chain of me. At 5 o'clock I shall receive the money for the same. Please as you walk with me down to his house. I will discharge my bond, and thank you too.
That labor, may you say, see what they come.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates, for locking me out of my doors by day. But, soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone. Buy thou a rope and bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year, I buy a rope.
A person is well hold up that trust to you. I promised your presents and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long, if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note of how much the chain weighs to the utmost carat, the fineness of the gold, and chargeful fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand debted to this gentlewoman. I pray you, see her presently discharged, for she's bound to sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good madam, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain and bid my wife disperse the sum of the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself?
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, ma'am, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentlewoman, and I to blame have held her here too long.
Good lady, you use his dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on, I pray you dispatch.
You hear how they importune me. The chain.
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either send the chain or send me by some token.
Aye, now you run this humor out of breath. Where's the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Say whether you'll answer me or no. If not, I'll leave them to the officer.
I answer you. What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest them at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duchess' name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fool, thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest them, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case, if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you. You hear the suit.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
I will have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there is bark in the epidamnum. That stays but till her owner comes aboard, and then she bears away. Our fraughtage I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, balsamum, and aquavity. The ship is in her trim, the merry wind blows fair from land. They stay for naught at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman! Why, thou peevish sheep, What ship of Epidamnum stays for me?
A ship you sent me to higher waftage.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told thee what purpose and what end.
You sent for a rope's end as soon you sent me to the bay for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to listen me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her that the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry, there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it, tell her I am arrested in the street, and that she shall bail me. Hie thee, slave, be gone! An officer, to prison till come.
To Adriana, that is where we dined, where Dulcibel did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Ah, Luciana, did they tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in their eye that they did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Look they or red, or pale, or sad, or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of their hearts' meteors tilting in their face?
First they denied you having them no right.
They meant they did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore they that they were a stranger here.
And true they swore, though yet forsworn they were.
Then I pleaded for you.
And what said them?
That love I begged for you, they begged of me.
With what persuasions did they tempt thy love?
With words that, in an honest suit, might move. First they did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did speak them fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not. Hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have their will. They are deformed, crooked, and sere, and ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost and wailed when it is gone.
Oh, but I think them better than I say, and yet would hear in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for them, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go, the desk, the purse, sweet now, please make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast?
Where is thy master, Dromio? Are they well?
No, they're in totter limbo, worse than hell. A devil in everlasting garment hath them. One whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel, a fiend, a fury, a pitiless and rough, a wolf, nay, worse, a fellow all in buff, a back fiend, a shoulder clapper, one that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands, a hound that runs counter and yet draws dry foot well, one that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
My man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. They are arrested on the case.
What? Are they arrested? Tell me at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit they are arrested well, but they're in a suit buff which arrested them. That I can tell. Will you send them, mistress, redemption, the money in their desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that they, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, were they arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain! Do you not hear it ring?
What? The chain?
No. The bell. 'Tis time that I were gone. It was 2 where I left them, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back? That I did never hear.
Oh, yes. If any hour meet a sergeant, a turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt, how fondly dost thou reason?
Time is a very bankrupt and owes more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If time be in debt and theft, and a sergeant in the way, have he no reason to turn back an hour and a day?
Go, Dromio. There's the money. Bear it straight and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit, my comfort and my injury.
There is not a person I meet but doth salute me as if I was their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other give me thanks for kindness, some other commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me by his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me for. What have you got of the old Adam new apparelled?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not that Adam that kept the paradise, but the Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes and casts kin that was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No, why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a base vial in a case of leather. The man that, when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and rests them. He that takes pity on decayed men and gives them suits of durance. He that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
What? Thou meanest an officer?
Aye, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer and that breaks his band. One that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you a good rest.
Well, sir, there's rest in your foolery. Is there any ships put forth tonight? May we be gone?
Why, I brought you word an hour since the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then were you hindered by the sergeant to tarry the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I, and here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from here.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan avoid! I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It's the devil!
Nay, she's worse. She's the devil's dam, and here she comes in habit of a light wench, and thereof comes that wench and say, God damn me, that's as much as saying, God make me a light wench. It is written, they appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her.
Your man and you are marvelous, Mary. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat and bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tellest thou of me supping? Thou art, as you all are, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me alone and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or, for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone and not trouble you.
Some devils ask, but the parings of what nails? A rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would like a chain. Master, be wise. And if you give it to her, the angel, the devil, will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Dromio, let us go!
Fly pride, says the peacock! Mistress, that you know!
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. Else would they never so demean themselves. A ring they hath of mine worth 40 ducats. For the same they promised me a chain. Both one and the other they deny me now. The reason that I gather they are mad, besides this present instance of their rage, is a mad tale they told today at their dinner, of their own doors being shut against their entrance. Be like their wife, acquainted with their fits, on purpose shut the doors against their way. My way is now to hie home to their house and tell their wife that, being lunatic, they'd rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, woman, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee, as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not lightly trust the messenger that I should be attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that, I warrant you, will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
I'll serve you 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hide thee home?
To a rope's end, and to that end I am returned.
And to that end, sir, I will welcome you.
Good friend, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good. Now hold thy tongue.
Nay, rather persuade them to hold their hands.
Thou whoreson, senseless villain!
I would I were senseless, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served them from the hour of my nativity to this very instant, and have nothing at their hands for my service but blows. When I am cold, they heat me with beatings. When I am warm, they cool me with beatings. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit. I am driven out the door with it when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar wont her brat, and I think when they hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, respice final, respect your end, or rather the prophecy like the parrot, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your partner mad?
Their incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish them in their true sense again, and I will please you with what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp they look.
Mark how they tremble in their ecstasy.
Give me your hand, and let me feel your pulse.
There is my hand, and let it feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, house within this person to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness, thee straight, I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, dotting wizard, peace! I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not. Poor distressed soul.
You minion, you! Are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face reveal itself and feast in my house today? Whilst upon me and the guilty doors were shut, and I denied to enter in the house.
God doth know you dined at home. Where would you have remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home, thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Purdy, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did not herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
Did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes, she did. The kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did I not rage to part from thence?
In adversity you did. My bones bear witness that since have felt the vigor of their rage.
It's good to suit them in these contraries.
It is no shame. The person finds their vein, and yielding to them, the humors well their frenzy.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you, by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and good will you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
Where, once not thou to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today, and why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not lock thee forth.
And gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with a damned pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these nails I'll pluck out these false eyes that would behold me in the shameful sport.
Oh, bind them, let them not come near me.
More company, the fiend is strong within them.
Ay me, poor person, how pale and wan they looks.
What, will you murder me, thou jailer? Now I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them make them a rescue?
Masters, let them go. They are my prisoner, and you shall not have them.
Go bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched person outraged and displeasure to themselves?
They are my prisoner. If I let them go, the debt they owe requireth me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear with me forthwith unto their creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see them safe conveyed home to my house. O most unhappy days.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet.
Master, I am here, entered in bond for you.
Out thee, villain! Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing? Be mad, good master, cry the devil!
God help poor souls! How idly do they talk!
Go bear them hence. Sister, go you with me. Say, now, whose suit are they arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know her?
I know the woman. What is the sum they owe?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it? Do.
Due for a chain upon the head of her.
They did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your partner, all enraged today, came to my house and took away my ring, the ring I saw upon their finger now, straight after did I meet them with the chain.
It may be so, but I could never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
God for thy mercy, they are loose again!
And come with naked swords. Let's call more help to have them bound again.
Away! They'll kill us! I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur. Fetch your stuff from thence. I long that we are safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they spake us fair, give us gold. Methinks there is such a gentle nation before that mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me. I could find in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore away, to get our stuff aboard.